All right. Where we at with it? All right. Yes, indeed. Let me get my act together. Man, we are back once again. You guys, welcome back to the Winner's Diet Show. I am your host, Max Solomon, aka Project Mac. You guys, welcome back. Happy Friday, man. We're coming off a highly volatile show. I don't know if you guys were around on Wednesday night, but man, Wednesday was a crazy show. I'll give you that. Wednesday was a wild show, man. We had probably the most trolling I've seen ever on this show. But it was a good show. It was the first time I had to deal with a lot of trolling and a lot of just a lot of hate, but that's what's going to happen whenever you go live or be public on a platform, man. Like there's gonna be a lot of haters and trolls and guys just wanna, spread negativity. Um, but at least they were interacting, definitely that was the most viewed live I did on Wednesday, which was kind of cool. Um, but yeah, man, it was a wild show. It was a wild show. Had a lot of trolls trying to troll me. So hey, you troll me, I'm gonna troll you right back. And they were getting offended too. They were like, "Why is he saying that?" And I'm like, "Well, you shouldn't have started me, man. You shouldn't have poked the bear. Don't poke the bear if you don't want what the bear has to offer." You know what I'm saying? So Wednesday was a crazy show. Um, but you know, definitely got to get better at being able to do the show while deal with trolls, get my point across, teach, entertain, all that together. So it's a lot of work, I will say. But it was a good show nonetheless. In the moment, it felt like it was a bad show because I felt like I was getting very distracted. But then I watched the playback yesterday and I was like, okay, this isn't that bad, So it is what it is. What's going on? S Scanel 44. How's it going? Hey, hopefully we don't get too many trolls in today. I don't want too many trolls in today, man. So uh y'all please keep the trolling to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need a mod. I'm gonna need a mod for sure at some point. But but yeah, man, it was a good show on Wednesday, regardless of the trolling. But that's gonna happen. But anyway, shout out to everybody in here. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys want to learn how to build muscle and lose body fat. Make sure you guys tap in with my free 7-day fat loss guide here for you. All right, giving you guys the keys, the details on how to build muscle, lose fat, just the starting point. If you're looking to get started, if you're looking to figure out how to start, this is the key. This is the blueprint right here. We also have a fat loss blueprint digital book that is not free. That is about $14.99. You can get that on winnersdietclub.com. But everything is here in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Go to winnersdietclub.com for everything. But yeah, man. If you guys are looking to kickstart your fitness journey, please go ahead and tap in with seven that 7-day fat loss guide. All right. But anyway, man, we got a good show today for you guys. Shout out to everybody tapping in. We got a good show. Before we get into the main topic, we have our first two segments of the show. The first segment, we have the Fit Report, reporting on fitness news, things happening in the fitness world. And then we have What the Fitness, reacting to viral, trendy fitness videos, and giving my winner's diet commentary on that. So shout out to everybody tuning in for that. And then the main topic, man, the main event, we're talking about the comedian Monique is warning celebrities about the Ozempic after effects. So We'll break that down towards the end, and we should be able to be up out of here by before noon. All right. But anyway, man, excuse me. Before we get into it, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. All right. Hit that subscribe button, please. Hit that like button. Boost us up the algorithm. Show us some love. Okay. Get that free 7-day fat loss guide. What's up, Livy V4N? What's up? I'm black too. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We in here, man. We in here. Shout out to all the black kings and queens. You dig? Shout out to everybody in here, man. All right, man. I think we should be good. So without further ado, let's get into the first fitness article here. What do we have? What do we have? All right, here we go. So the first one here says, trust my stocks. If you had invested $10,000 in Beyond Meat in 2021, today you would have about $41. Oh my goodness. So let's say Beyond Meat's stock has plummeted by 99.6%, falling from $182 in February 2021 to just 71 cents. This decline means that a $10,000 investment is now worth approximately $39, rounded to $41, amid the hype-driven overvaluation in the plant-based meat sector. Excuse me. The history of Beyond reveals that its stock surged during its 2019 IPO, fueled by growing trends in sustainability. However, after 2021, the company faced significant challenges, including supply chain inflation, intense competition from rivals like Impossible Foods, and decreasing consumer demand for more expensive alternatives. These factors eroded its market share and profitability. Current projections indicate that Beyond's market capitalization could reach 322 million by 2026, but the company continues to report net losses. Nonetheless, management is targeting a recovery with an aim by 20% gross margins. Historical data serves as a reminder of the risks involved in investing in unproven disruptors without solid fundamentals. Oh my goodness. Well, there you have it. And look, man, in the end, like I always say, humans are always going to revert back to their main biology, right? You see this a lot with vegans. A lot of vegans have a high turnover rate. They're vegan for, if they're lucky, a couple years. But then their biology kicks in and they realize that they need meat. You know what I'm saying? They realize that they miss eating animal products. And they slowly go from vegan to pescatarian back to a full-fledged meat eater, right? And it's just biology, man. Like nobody who really thought that fake meat was going to be the future. I sure didn't. I never had an Impossible Burger. I never had a Beyond Meat burger. I just thought it was silly. It was silly. So you're trying to replace real meat with lab grown meat, that isn't proven. We don't know how it's made. Plant based. Like, where does it even come from? So the fact that somebody thought that this was going to be a good long term investment, not and to mention put 10,000 bands in a single stock is crazy, and rightfully so. That stock has plummeted, right? Rightfully so, because nobody with a logical brain would have thought that stock was going to hit long term. Nobody thought that was going to hit if you had a logical brain, right? But people try to be outliers. They try to be, contrarians. They want to be different. And one thing that I will never bet against, man, I will never bet against biology. I will never bet against human nature and human survival instincts. That I will never bet against. So we can have a lot of social constructs. We can have a lot of things that people just make up on the spot, trying to change society, and some will work long term, some won't. It just depends on what lane you're getting into. Now, technology, that might be a different story, right? Because we need technology and things are always evolving. However, our diet will always pretty much remain the same for as long as we live. You know, the only thing that might change is how we eat food, you know, and how much of it that we eat. So the diet will always be the same. We just might change certain things as far as no sugar, less carbohydrates, less processed foods, less, preservatives and additives in our food. Like we might change more to a whole food diet, which is better for you, honestly, anyway. But um, our diet will always remain the same. The food pyramid will never change, no matter how many Beyond Meats or Impossible Meats and plant-based meats you want to add in there. It's never going to change long term. So, um, do I feel bad that that man lost all his money? No, because he thought he was going to do something different, and it backfired on him. So, and yeah, man, it's very important that you guys watch what you invest in, watch who you invest in, because it can come around to bite you in the ass eventually. So just be careful. All right, let's move on to the next article here. Shout out to everybody tapping in. If you guys have any fitness questions, please put it in the chat. Happy to answer any questions you guys have on fitness or any goals you guys have. All right, here we go. Here's another article. Study says you lose 12 minutes of your life every time you drink a Coke. Eating these things once in a while won't kill you, but making them a habit will slowly destroy your health. Your body keeps score of every cigarette, every soda, every fast food meal, every shot, every vape hit. Small choices add up. Protect your future self. Choose real food, hydrate, move daily, and treat your body like it's the only place you have to live. Your health is an investment, not an accident. Okay, so um drinking soda in this day and age is pretty dumb, if you ask me. Um Drinking soda is the worst thing you can do, man. Next to eating like processed foods and smoking cigarettes and vaping, I think drinking soda is up there just because it just has no nutritional value. It provides you with no, you know, macros. It's full of sugar. It's just like a can of sugar, a can of diabetes, as we used to call it back in the day. It just adds no benefit to your life. And in fact, it does more damage to you than good. Because I remember, and I've told this story before, man. I remember me and my cousin, we were driving one day, and our car kind of was, I think it broke down or something was wrong with the engine. And we pulled the hood up, man, and it was just rust all over the engine. So what he did was, man, that man went into a store. We parked by like a gas station. He went in the store, bought a can of Pepsi, poured the Pepsi on the rust, and the rust pretty much just like went away. And after that day, I was like, yeah, I'm never drinking soda ever again. Like that was crazy watching. This was back in like 2006, 2007. This is years ago. You know what I mean? And after that day, I was like, yeah, man, I'm never drinking soda again. You know what I mean? I'll drink Coke Zero, 0 calories, zero sugar. And I know some people might think that's bad for you because, it's food dyes and all the other stuff. But hey, I'd rather drink that than a regular can of soda. You know, it tastes the same to me, damn near. But yeah, man, drinking soda is not it, bro. Drinking soda is the worst thing. And if you had parents back in the day that didn't allow you to drink soda, now you know why. You know, because as kids, we get rebellious. You know, we want to do things that we see other kids doing. And, you know, well, Sally's mom lets her drink soda. You know, well, Sally's mom's an alcoholic. So there's that. But a lot of things that our parents tried to protect us from back in the day, as we grow older now, as we get into adulthood, we see why, you know? So we see the damaging effects of what soda and just having a poor diet can do to you as a kid, and turn that into adulthood, right? You see how that leads into childhood obesity, and you see how that carries into your adulthood. You see how people who had a poor diet growing up, they ate whatever they want, their parents fed them whatever they want. You now see what they look like as adults because they carried those same habits from childhood into their adulthood. Still eating like a child as a grown adult, right? Still eating cereals and Pop-Tarts and, you know, donuts for breakfast. Still not eating vegetables, still drinking soda, still not drinking water. Like the same habits that you had as a kid, you should not have as an adult. But when you have parents that didn't, when you have parents that did not display discipline, or they did not demand discipline from their kids, those same kids grow up to be undisciplined adults. Those same kids turn out to have worse habits as adults. No discipline, no self-control, weak-minded, fat, lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you now realize why our parents, if you had strict parents, were so hard on us. You now see why they were so hard on us. You now see why they did not let us do what we wanted to do as kids for this reason. You know? So, you know, you look back and be like, man, I wish I did this. No, you don't. Really, not really, man. If your parents let you do half of what you wanted to do, you probably wouldn't be the person that you are today. If you're a good person that has your life somewhat together, you know? So that's why I say, man, sometimes it's better for us to have, you know, strict parents growing up because they definitely shield us from the harsh realities of life or what life can become as adults, because they've already been through it. They've seen it, and you don't get it at the moment, but as you grow older, you will get it. You will understand it, and hopefully you can have the same, you know, display the same structure and habits for your kids, you know. So all right, man, let's move on to the next article. We got another one here. This is more of a video, so let's take a look at this one. Where are we at with it, man? All right, here we go. So this is a video that says young people are turning away from junk food. Let's take a look.
%. General Mills, the maker of Cheerios, now obviously highlighting a warning. What do you think?
Combination of policy, the government shutting out snack food with sugar, salts, and too many carbs. But when you go and teach a class of 20-somethings, as I do almost every week now, and ask them what they're eating, they don't eat snacks anymore.
Nope.
They are so fired up about eating foods that keep them healthy. They don't even drink anymore. This is getting insane. I mean, this is college students. I'm saying you guys don't drink. We don't, not only do not drink, we don't eat any sugar because we think it causes cancer. We don't eat too many carbs. We try to get 128 grams of protein.
Yep.
We use all these apps to photograph our foods that automatically give us the calorie count. I'm saying, what happened to college?
We turned the food pyramid upside down. Meat, protein, cheese is in, Kevin. Carbs is out.
There, I rest my case. That's what's happened to these guys. They got to stop putting white cane sugar in children's cereal because it's really bad for you. And it causes eventually diabetes. And it's not a good thing. If we change our diet, we'll save billions of dollars on healthcare. That's the one thing I'm backing Kennedy for. I know he's controversial, yada, 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 on vaccines. But the guy gets the joke on food. I saw him. I've told this story. I've met him in the green room right on this floor. And he said, look, people think I'm nuts on the vaccine thing, but what about my food stuff? I said, I totally agree with you on the food. He's right.
Pepsi last week says that they're going to cut prices on a couple items.
Man, well, that may be true. That young people are being more health conscious, but it doesn't change the fact that they're still getting high. It doesn't change the fact that they're still doing a lot of drugs. So yes, they might not be drinking as much. They might not be eating a lot of processed foods and junk food and sugar, but they're still getting high. So there's that element that they're not telling you, but that's neither here nor there. But this is a great way. It's a great start, man. It's definitely something that I wish more adults would take heed to. I know we criticize Gen Z a lot. We criticize Gen Z a lot for not being smart and socially awkward. But they definitely are not doing a lot of things that us millennials, Gen X, and boomers did, so we have to give them credit to that. They definitely are keeping track of their health. And I've seen way more Gen Z kids in the gym and getting their body together than I've seen millennials my age when I was their age, because when I was a kid, bro, when I was like 17, 18, and I would go to the gym, I would be the only kid in there. This was like 12, 13 years ago. I would not see anyone my age in the gym at 16, 17, 18. It would always be older people in their early 20s, 30s, and up. I would never see people my age in there. Very rarely. Every now and then I will see a girl here and there. But as far as when I was a kid, when I was 16, 17, 18, working out at these gyms, I would rarely see people my age in there, man. So now the gym is full of Gen Z kids, from teenagers all the way to like, mid to late 20s. And that just wasn't the case when I was a kid, so they're definitely more health conscious. They're definitely more protein focused, which is great. Something that we were not, we didn't really care about our nutrition like that, we barely cared about our health, because we drank a lot. Millennials and Gen X and up, all we did was drink. So, to see that the Gen Z kids now are coming in with a different mentality, they're just changing the bad habits of what they saw from the previous generations. I think that's very commendable. Definitely respected, but they still have their vices. they definitely have their vices. They definitely have a lot of other habits that they're not telling you. Gambling is one. I definitely think Gen Z leads the league in sports gambling. Not to mention drug use. So we're leaving those parts out, but I mean, at least they're getting in shape, right? At least they're getting in shape. So they could be the ones, man. If they keep this up, they could be the ones to get rid of the obesity crisis that we have. But really, it starts with them, the Gen Z. Like my generation, we're done. Like no one's really catering to us anymore. Nobody's marketing to us anymore because we already have enough life shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a lot of things that we've already dealt with. We're harder to sell to, so Gen Z, they're going to be the ones that's going to influence the next generation and the ones after that. So all the propaganda is going towards them, as it should, because they haven't really experienced life just yet. So they're going to be a lot more susceptible to propaganda, good or bad. So, shout out to Gen Z. I know I always have my criticism about Gen Z, but I definitely think this health thing is a good start to a healthier society. All right, man. What do we got here? Let's move on to the next segment in What the Fitness. All right, we got Equinox. Equinox has now a $40,000 gym membership. So let's take a look at what Equinox has to say. And I used to work at Equinox, by the way, so this isn't too far off. All right, let's take a look.
Is expanding beyond fitness into luxury and the wellness boom. The high-end fitness club plans to open a dozen hotels in the coming years with the next plan for Saudi Arabia. It now offers IV drips and a partnership with a lab testing company that can measure 100 biomarkers. Its highest priced membership, called Optimize, costs $40,000 a year. And get this, already has a waiting list of more than 1,000 people. I spoke with Executive Chairman Harvey Spivak, who said the demand among the wealthy for longevity and wellness services is, quote, insatiable.
We've all become more focused on our health and well-being, even just from a day-to-day basis, not getting sick as much and what have you. Coming out of COVID, we've been more aware. So people are taking better care of themselves, and the population is aging. We're sticking around longer, and nobody wants to stick around longer in a sedentary way. They want us to continue to lead a healthy and active lifestyle. So, you can talk about health is the new wealth, but really health is the new luxury.
And for that full interview, including Harvey's personal secrets to how he stays healthy, you can sign up for the Inside Wealth newsletter out tomorrow at cbc.com/InsideWealth. Equinox.
Equinox is such a big scam. Fuck Equinox. Fuck Equinox, man. And I used to work at Equinox, by the way. I worked there for about 3 months, hated every second of it. I think it's the biggest bullshit gym. It's overhyped, it's overrated. They're really just selling their name at this point, which most brands do. But Equinox is it's a whatever gym, man. I will say it's great for networking, especially if you're in these like high-end areas like LA. If you go to Equinox, any Equinox in LA, all you're gonna see is executives, chairmans, agents, managers. You'll see some celebrities in there here and there, but I mean, no one's really in there to work out for real. It's really just a networking hub. The higher you get in gym quality, right? The higher you get in gym tiers, you're going to see less about fitness and more about networking. So you're seeing a lot of these gym chains now, a lot of these high-end gyms, they're building more than just the gym. They're building more luxury. They're building more experiences, so they're building Pilates studios and cafes and podcast studios and speakeasies and rooftop lounges, and they're now building more office spaces. So like they're doing a lot more things to get people in there to network and build that community. And it's really just a meetup for like the elites, people that are of high status and high network or net worth are going to be in these spaces. And that's why they want these things, because they know the more people they get, the more money is being poured into, their establishment. So I think San Diego is building like the biggest Lifetime Fitness. That's going to be like $100 million project, which is going to be insane. But just imagine, the type of people that's going to come in and business that's going to come in, so they're, fitness is definitely, again, like I said, man, it's not about fat people, bro. It's not about getting people in shape. Fitness fitness is now expanding beyond health. Fitness is expanding beyond healthy lifestyle. It's expanding now into networking and building businesses and building community of high net worth people. So, yes, there's always going to be an aspect of fitness trying to get you in shape. But to be honest with you, man, that is not even that's an afterthought now, especially when you go to these higher end facilities, bro. They're not worried about getting you in shape. They're worried about the network of people that come in that's going to pour in thousands, tens, and hundreds of thousands of dollars into their facility, into their business to grow. It's become more about the dollar now. It's not about getting your ass in shape. No, they don't care about getting you in shape. They don't care about you getting healthy. They care about the money that's coming in so they can get richer. You guys have to understand and see the game that's being played now. What's happening right now is we are ditching the bottom line, or we are ditching the core focal point of what something was. You see it in damn near every industry: sports, entertainment, fitness. Sports was about the fans. It was about keeping the fans happy. Now they don't give a fuck about the fans. Gambling ads, longer half times, longer timeouts, right? Longer commercial breaks. Streaming on damn near every website and every platform, right? So they got games on every platform now, so you can barely watch the games. They don't care about the fans anymore. They care about the bottom line. They care about the bottom line. The bottom line is the money. Entertainment. They don't care about breaking new acts anymore. They got AI now. They got AI artists. They got AI music. They're not pouring money into individual artists anymore, unless you're already established, right? There's only about 4 people that people really care about now, right? Beyonce, Chris Brown, Rihanna, Weeknd, right? Who else are we going to pour all this money into? They're not interested in breaking new acts anymore. They're not interested in breaking new artists. They're going to come out with AI artists. They're going to come out with AI movies. They're not interested in creating a new Michael B. Jordan. They can just make an AI version. It's about the bottom line. The money. How much money can we save? How much money can we save, and how much money can we bring in? How can we keep our overhead low, right, while bringing in the most money? Fitness. We don't care about getting you fat motherfuckers in shape no more. It's not about getting y'all in shape anymore. We couldn't care less about getting y'all in shape. It's about creating now a fitness experience of high net worth individuals coming into our facilities. We are going to price out the brokies and bring in the rich and of high status. That is the bottom line of fitness now. It's no longer catered to getting y'all in shape. Y'all have to see where the world is going, man. $40,000 gym memberships per year. If that doesn't tell you where we're going, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I don't know what to tell you. $100 million projects in Lifetime Fitness in San Diego. If you don't see what's happening, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about the bottom line, man. The money. It's always going to come back to the money. Every single time. Every single time. Conspiracy theories, politics, dating, relationships, fitness, business. Always follow the money. Always follow the money. It's going to tell you every single time. So it's this is what it is, man. This is what it is. So like I said, man, if you don't see the play happening, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's getting scary out here. And They're only going to continue to price out people and build their own ecosystem. They're trying to build their own ecosystem, man, and get y'all far, get all the brokies, get all the people that try to price haggle and price shop. We want to get y'all out the fucking way. We don't want to be around y'all. We're going to create our own ecosystem, our own bubble, and we're going to live in that bubble. And that is just the mentality of the rich people. Fuck the fans. Fuck the fat people. Like, we're trying to do our own thing. It's all about us. That's how they're thinking. So it is what it is, man. All right, man. Let's move on to the next video here. Okay, so this guy here breaks down 5 a.m. versus 5 p.m. gym. Let me refresh this real quick. All right. So a lot of you gym goers, some of you guys are early birds, some of you guys are late birds, and both are fine, but I guess he's going to break down the difference between both. Let's take a look.
A.m. gym goers and 5 p.m. gym goers be two completely different people. Well, two completely different crowds. Like 5 a.m. gym goers, they be the calm people. They listen to the music. They wiping down all the machines, and they might not speak to you, but we gonna speak. You feel me? But that 5 p.m. gym goers, man, it's like the club, man. There be so many people in there. Y'all might as well start a twerk contest or something. Y'all be in there just beefing, just looking at each other, just mean mugging. Y'all don't ask nobody to work in. Y'all don't wipe the machines down. Y'all might sit there for like 20, 30 minutes. Now listen, I go to the gym at 5 a.m., 5 p.m., 2 p.m. I go at all times, so I don't discriminate. But 5 a.m., I'm with y'all. Now listen, now if something happen, y'all go to scrapping 5 a.m. and 5 p.m., y'all both meet up at the same time and just go to bumping in that bit. 5 p.m., I'm on y'all side. Ain't mean none of that I said, I swear. Because 5 a.m. can't handle 5 p.m. when it comes to that aspect. I'm just saying, 5 a.m. gym goers and
Yeah, man. So that is the biggest difference between 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. gym goers, right? The biggest difference is the biggest difference between 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. gym goers is the mentality, right? The mentality is different. 5 a.m., you're in the zone. You're serious about your goals. You don't want distractions. It's all business, right? It's all business. You're heading in there. You're going to knock out what the hell you got to do and get right out, right? There's no chit chats. There's no networking. There's none of that, man. You're in there for a reason. You're in that zone, right? You're not trying to be bothered. You have goals that you're serious about, because you getting up that early, you being up that early is saying a lot. It's saying that you do. It's saying that you don't. It's saying that you don't play games. Can't talk. Right? You being up at 5 a.m. signals that you don't play any games. You have the utmost discipline. Now, 5 p.m., not saying you don't have discipline, but that's more of the social hour. It's more of the social hour because everybody else is off work. Everybody else is trying to use machines. Everybody else is more open and active. It's not early in the morning. You know, most people are already night owls anyway, so they're more talkative. They're more distracted. You know, that's when you can check out the girls, or ladies check out your gym crush, whatever the case is. You know, so it's more of an open environment, right? It's more of a relaxed environment. You may not work as hard because of all the distractions happening, right? It's a lot going on. People walking by, the game is on, you know, you got Zumba in the other room, you got Pilates over here, you got the girl with the fat ass walking by. So it's a lot happening at 5 p.m. to the point where you may not get in the biggest push that you need, but at least you're there. Right. And you can still get results doing both. However, that 5 a.m. person is a different beast. That 5 a.m. person is a whole different animal. You know, they're probably going to get more in less time than you will. Just because of the, just because of the factors that play into going to a gym at 5 p.m. So, not saying one is better than the other, but I will give more of a competitive edge to 5 a.m. Just my opinion. All right, man, we got one more video here to go. Shout out to everybody tapping in and tuning in. All right. So last live stream, I talked about why most people won't put in that extra effort, and a lot of that comes down to them just being lazy, man, and not wanting it as much as they say they do. So this video kind of explains why most fat people will always be fat because of their lack of effort, right? So let's take a look at what this guy interviewing these two fat people are saying, and we'll break it down.
How many calories do you consume a day?
Probably 5,200.
That's crazy.
I eat one meal a day.
Okay, then it's a big binge with more calories than anyone could consume.
I'm actually a very picky eater. I don't eat red meat. I don't eat pork hardly.
How heavy are you?
I am currently 330.
Don't you have diabetes?
Yes.
Why are you getting McDonald's?
I can't cook. Neither of us can cook.
Okay, can you cook something incredible? Maybe not, but not cooking's not an option. You're literally dying.
I still can't cook. We try. We try to cook. We make food and ends up terrible, so we just end up going to get takeout.
Are you telling me you do not have diabetes?
He's not diabetic.
Yet. Yeah, dude, you're 24.
Okay. So let's go ahead and break this video down because there's a lot going on right now. Wow. It's a lot going on right now. So let's just break this video down as we go along. So let's rewatch it again. All right, here we go.
How many calories do you consume a day?
Probably 5,200.
5,200 calories a day. God damn, man. 5,200 calories a day is insane. With no movement, right? No exercise. You're just eating away. Not to mention, it's probably all empty calories, processed foods, fried, oily, seed oils, no water, no vegetables. I bet you there's not one vegetable on that plate.
That's crazy.
I eat one meal a day.
You eat one meal a day. See, people that say this act like they're not eating a lot of calories. Oh, I only eat one meal a day. Okay, well, guess what? That one meal is already probably in the 2,000 to 3,000 calorie range. And because your body is not taking in the proper macronutrients and you're not eating enough calories to sustain your muscle mass, your body's going to sustain, or your body's going to hold in more fat. Your body's going to produce more fat. So which is why you see a lot of fat people talk about, oh, well, I don't know how I'm fat. I only eat one meal a day. Well, your body's storing more fat because you're not putting in more calories, right? It's very simple. You have to eat a certain level of calories above, at, or near your maintenance level for your body to sustain its muscle mass.
Okay, then it's a big binge with more calories than anyone could consume.
Yeah, it's a big binge. So you have to be eating more than 2,000 calories a day. You know, that's the recommended goal for anybody. He's eating more than that in one sitting, and his body is storing more fat in the process. Plus, he's not moving his body and not exercising clearly. So there's that.
I'm actually a very picky eater.
Oh, God. Picky eater.
I don't eat red meat. I don't eat pork hardly.
How heavy?
So what do you eat? What exactly are you eating that is causing you to be this fucking big at 24 years old?
How heavy are you?
I am currently 330.
Oh my God. 330, bro, is insane.
have diabetes?
Yes,
Why are you getting McDonald's?
I can't cook. Neither of us can cook.
Okay, can you cook something incredible? Maybe not, but not cooking's not an option. You're literally dying.
I still can't cook.
No, you don't want to cook. Cooking is not that hard. Come on, man. Cooking is not that hard. Like, it really is not that difficult. I'm not saying to be a chef, but you can prepare chicken, right? You don't even need to cook. Just prepare something. Cut up some chicken, cut up some fish, put some seasoning on it, boil some rice, boil some vegetables, and boom, there's food. No one's telling you to be a 5-star Michelin chef. No one's telling you to be, what's that dude's name? What's that chef's name, man? The white dude. That's an asshole. I met him a while ago. Bobby Flay, right? You can make basic food, man. Basic food for under $30.
We try. We try to cook.
No,
We
you don't.
make food.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
And ends up terrible, so we just end up going to get takeout.
Are you telling me you do not have diabetes?
He's not diabetic.
Yet.
You know, the irony of this is that this dude right here that's interviewing them is just as fat as both of them. He might be he might not be as fat, but he's definitely super overweight. So the fact that he's judging them is kind of crazy. But that's insane, man. It's really crazy out here how this is the type of mentality. And this is why, again, man, this is why most people will not ever get in shape, because it's a mentality to get in shape. To get in shape, you have to have a certain mentality. That's all there is to it, because being in shape requires a level of discipline that only a certain people can possess, and to have that, you have to have self-control. You have to have a strong mindset. So it's more than just the physical, man. Everything that we do starts with our mental. If our mental isn't right, we're never going to achieve anything. You have to have a strong mindset to be in shape. You have to have a strong mindset to make a lot of money. You have to have a strong mindset to overcome any type of adversity or challenges that happens in your life. It all starts with your mindset. You can't beat your mindset. If your mindset, if you let everything that you let bad happen to you, right? If bad things that happen to you, if every time they do happen to you, you let it destroy you, bro, you're never gonna survive in this world out here, man. Look, and the world is very cruel. So it requires a strong mindset. If you don't have that, man, you're cooked. You're cooked out here. So, but here's the thing, man. There has to be winners and losers in order for the world to function. And I think that we haven't come to grips with that. I think we all want people to win, and that's very commendable. But at the same time, man, there has to be winners and losers. Unfortunately, it's just how life was meant to be. There's going to be the people at the top, and then there's going to be the people at the bottom that serve the people at the top. The people at the bottom are always going to serve the people at the top. I know people don't want to hear that, but that's just how it goes, man. It's just how life works. Everybody can't be at the top. So it's as much as we want to help everybody, there has to be losers, man. There has to be people that don't want to win. There has to be people that don't want to put in effort. It's just how life is supposed to go. Like I always say, the whole point of nature is to eliminate the weak. That's it. Anyway, man, we're at the 45 minute mark. Let's get to the main event. All right. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you guys. All right, man. The main event today, you guys, today we're talking about the comedian Monique, who warns celebrities about Ozempic after effects. So if you guys know, Monique is a very prominent comedian, a black comedian in Hollywood, or she was. Shit. before she got blackballed. But she's been very vocal about a lot of things. And as of recently, she's been vocal about the use of Ozempic that mainly is marketed towards celebrities, which then trickles down towards, the everyday regular person because they are the influence. Um, however, she's come out recently and warned celebrities about the dangers of taking said Ozempic shots and pills. So let's take a look at what she has to say about this matter. Let me go ahead and get this together. All right, here we go.
To us in reference to if you take this shot, you could lose 30 pounds. If you take this pill, you could lose this. But what is the long-term effects? What will it do to your body, your mind? What will it do to us 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And yes, you may look like $1 million on the outside, and you may get down to that size 2 or that size 4 or that size 8 or whatever that thing is. But I would ask you to research much to us in reference to if you take this shot, you could lose 30 pounds. If you take this, what you're putting in your body. Research what you're putting in your body. They got us caught up in trends. And well, if this big star did it and this big celebrity did it, they are pushing so, well, I'm definitely going to do it. This is what I will say, and this is just my humble opinion. They're taking away our willpower. They're taking away our fight. They're taking away our ability to say, I believe in myself. I'm going to trust the process. What you're putting in your body.
Okay. So there you have it. So she's basically just sending out a warning that celebrities are just taking these pills or these injections without doing proper research. And that's true because a lot of these celebrities they're just puppets, they're going to take and a lot of them are basically just paid to promote these things. They never do their research about it. They kind of they take it because one, a lot of these celebrities are fucking lazy, right? They're constantly on the go. They're constantly on the move. They don't really have the time to work out, even though they have the resources available. They're just lazy, which is why they make the money that they do because they want to save time and they don't want to do any more hard stuff, which I think is a horrible mentality to have because as you get more money, you should be able to do more things to preserve your health, but they want to still take shortcuts. But that's neither here nor there. But celebrities, man, are basically puppets. They're puppets to the dollar. They're puppets to any money because a lot of them, they need the money. A lot of them are spending money that they don't have, living above their means. So when you have companies like GOP1 and Ozempic and Wegovy, that's offering to spend or give them hundreds of thousands to 7 figures to promote a product, they're going to take it despite the side effects that could potentially harm them down the line, despite the fact that everybody's body responds differently to Ozempic and these weight loss drugs. They're going to take that deal because of the money. And what they don't realize is they have a fan base that see them promoting this product, that know they're going to buy anything that they endorsed, not really factoring in how that could affect their fans as well. Because a lot of these celebrities, man, they're soulless. They have no soul. They have no integrity. They're slaves to a check, and they just don't care. So, but they're going to take the deal, man, if the money's right. Anybody can be bought, by the way. So it just depends on who's offering and what it is. So yeah, and this is a message to the everyday people or everyday person that just because you see these celebrities promoting the product doesn't mean that it's legit, man. Some of y'all are just buying things because Rihanna got it or Beyonce got it. You're not really doing your research um, as to what is in the product. You know, your favorite celebrity, your favorite influencer doesn't know anything. They're just taking a check. You see Kim Kardashian promoting Kim Kardashian is promoting lab grown meat now. It's for a check. Do you think she's in these labs and watching how it's done, watching how these things are made? No. They just know that, hey, we're going to pay you $1 million. Promote this online to your followers, and the check is yours. She's taking that deal. She doesn't give a fuck about y'all. So, before you guys go ahead and jump on the celebrity bandwagon and these celebrity endorsements, man, make sure you do your research, man. Because Ozempic is still fairly new. So we don't know the effects that it's going to have on us in 5 to 10 years. Right? It's still fairly new. Some of you guys have to keep taking it because your lifestyle already sucks and your habits already suck. So if the moment you stop taking Ozempic, you're cooked. So the moral of the story here is, man, is it doesn't hurt to do things the natural way. You can still lose weight the natural way. You don't always have to jump on the trendy new thing that's out here. Sometimes quick and easy isn't always the best route to take. And I wish more people would understand that. But again, man, we live in a very microwavable society. Everybody wants things here and now, doesn't want to wait. Patience is at an all-time low. And there's a lot to blame for that. But, look, man, long-term always wins. I'll say that. Long-term always wins. Doesn't matter what it is. If you're willing to wait, put the work in, and be patient, you're always going to win long-term. So anyway, man, that's been today's show. Thank you guys for tapping in. Please follow us on all platforms, Winners Diet Club, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Project Mac on social media. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys again next week. Peace.